Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, and today I am going to do half and half. You guys love dupes. Let me tell you, you love dupes. So I am really committed now to just, it's like a mission. I'm a bit of a, yeah, it's okay. I'll leave that to therapy. Anyway, hi, welcome back. What I thought would be fun is if I did half my face with high-end products and half my face with dupes or drugstore equivalents, and we can just see the either difference or similarity between texture, shades, all that good stuff. I am introducing some new products, and I'm also kind of testing myself on the previous dupe video so you can see those products in action. For instance, I've got the Fenty Beauty Pro Matte Filter primer, and I think we're going to do right side for high-end. On this side, if you recall, we talked about the COPYCAT Crystal Primer, which I was like, it's the same. I mean, it's actually really different. It's just got the same, ooh, that one was, it's got some chunkies in it from the lid. Hang on. I just feel like it has such a nice finish to it, and Pacifica is a great brand. I think there's a little fragrance in this, and I don't think there's any in the Fenty, which is a little bit backwards because the Fenty one has been, her products have had fragrance or no fragrance. Like, it's very inconsistent. Since I'm going to be layering so many products, I thought I would take a foundation that's not got a lot of coverage. And we haven't talked about this yet on my channel, but the Smashbox Halo Tinted Moisture is a favorite among many, especially my gal Lauren from the Honest Beauty review. She loves this tinted moisturizer. It's got SPF 25, it's got coverage, it's got glow. So I thought I would wear this. I'm wearing the shade, or I'm going to apply shade light medium, and it's kind of a summer shade. I mean, I think you're gonna see that there's a lot of color, but that's okay. We're gonna just pretend we're on vacation. So it's just your typical tinted moisture, you know, but I like, it's nice, you know, it's just got a really easygoing natural finish. You know, the e.l.f. Camo CC cream is good, and I know that that's drugstore, but in terms of, I was trying to kind of just come up with the equivalent in textures, and it was kind of tricky. This one, I like this one because it is so dewy, but there is quite a bit of pigment, and it just wears really nicely on the skin. The Honest CC cream is the drugstore version to the Smashbox. However, I will say that this is kind of pricey. It's $20. I pulled out a couple, like I said, to try to, you know, get the duplicate of it, and it was mostly about the finish. Some of them just kind of had more of a powdery or a less luminous dry down. So that's why I picked this one. And I feel like there's people who really enjoy this brand because of the claims it has for being clean beauty, and it is, you know, cruelty free and all that good stuff. So this is shade Fair, and the weird thing about this, I will say, the Smashbox has a better shade selection, and you can see that the Smashbox is a little more yellow than this side. This shade Fair is so well, it's like fine for me. It's not too terribly pale, but the shades run really dark. So for this being the lightest in this formula, it's a little wacky. All right. So yeah, maybe I'm a little more tan on this side than this side, but still it's great. It has SPF 30, it's got blue light defense. It's really nice, you know. I mean, you could totally just put this on with your hands and call it good. I discovered this Urban Decay, this is the All Nighter Concealer, shade Fair Neutral. There's a lot of shades in this, and I think actually this is a little on the light side. But this concealer is, oh my gosh, it's full coverage, it's long wear. I think it even claims to be waterproof. It's really good for, you know, events and just getting a long wear concealer. For the drugstore side, the JCat Beauty Stay Assurance Concealer is also waterproof, long wearing. This is shade Buff. These shades run really light. They have a huge amount of shades in terms of, you know, you'll find your shade. Just know that the light shades run very light. So if you're kind of like me, go a little bit up, like 4 shades, because you'll be surprised. The finish on these concealers and the wear is so similar. And in fact, I think I like the JCat Beauty better. Okay, so let's talk about a new product, the Kosas Setting Powder. Something really spoke to me about this product. The Kosas products are beautiful. I do enjoy the bronzer. I know people think it smells weird, and I do enjoy the tinted oil. I just think it's got such great coverage, and oh, it's so moisturizing. I don't mind the dewy finish at all. But now they have this Cloud Set Powder. It's talc free. It's got that like baked. It's not, you know, I thought it was going to be like a powder foundation, and it's not. It is a finishing or a setting powder. It's sheer, and it, you know, let's give her a go. So the funny thing is there's a spot on here, and that's because the other day when I was playing with it, I dropped a dollop of concealer without even knowing it. And I'm like, what is on this? And yeah, don't you love it when you get something brand new and then you're like, you don't ruin it, but you know, you just kind of, it's no longer pristine. So I wore this the other day over, was it this? It was a tinted moisturizer, and I thought it did a phenomenal job of just blurring. It doesn't add pigment. It doesn't just hide stuff. It kind of does that dance of, you know, where it really fools your eye. So I thought I'm just going to put to test one of my favorite powders, the NYX No Filter, and I'm using the shade Soft Light Beige. This is the shade Light Beige. All right, so I think this is just doing a nice job. Ooh, the sun just came out, you guys. I'm sorry. It's kind of making the light a little, but I mean, look, right? So you guys remember I talked about the Milk makeup, and this is the stick bronzer, and I have the shade Baked. And since making that video, I actually came up with an even better dupe than that L'Oreal concealer stick. I think it's an even better version, personally. So this Milk is awesome. It has a great way of applying. It doesn't seem to be clinging at all, so we like that, right? I picked this Wet n Wild contour stick up, and it is the shade 806, which is Wears Walnut, which is a very warm shade. So this could be probably a contour for a darker skin, like a more medium skin tone, and it does have a bit of a reddish. That's why I kind of like it. This, by the way, this bronzer stick isn't contour. I know I kind of applied it that way, but I'm trying to just keep my bronzer a little bit high these days. So this Wet n Wild, I think it's like $3.99, but these sticks, these Color Icon multi-sticks, they come in the pearl highlighter, they come in the blush, they come in the, like, you know, the flesh tones, the highlight and contour shades, and they are so good. So So I'll show this to you on the back of my hand. Actually, it looks a lot lighter on camera. In person, looks more similar. So this is the Wet n Wild, and this is the Milk. And I feel like when they're blended out, you know, it's such a good, it's just such a good comp. I like, when I'm blending cream products, I like to go in immediately. Like I just want to work in one area at a time. I don't just like putting it all over and then blending it in, because I think sometimes you just don't know how it's gonna go. So I was excited to find a couple dupes for the Merit Beauty that I just reviewed, and I love Merit Beauty. And speaking of, remember when I said about the packaging, and people were kind of, I noticed in the reviews, people were kind of saying how they thought this seemed cheap, and I'm like, you guys, it's because you don't need, I mean, Milk is a very conscientious company. Like, I give Milk a lot of credit, but it's like Merit took them a step further and said, oh, hey, we can do even less packaging, right? That's the point. So maybe you don't like the way this feels, or you don't think there's enough of it. Sorry. Okay, so the terracotta blush kind of complexion stick is right here, and it's hydrating and luminous, and just, it's so pretty and so sheer, and it takes nothing to blend it. And then the Color Pop, this sticks, blush sticks in the shade, is it Aloha? Yes, in the shade Aloha. Oh my gosh, I was so excited to see how similar they are. They're both in texture and shade. Like, this Aloha is just a slight bit pinkier. You know, like it might have just a little more peach, and the terracotta has a little more rust to it. But oh my goodness, it was so exciting for me. I was so excited. But I mean, honestly, this Merit, oh, it's so good. It's so good. But is my face isn't looking too terribly different, right? I'm the same. Okay. Oh, you guys, this is so funny. You always notice that I don't get my nose right here. We're gonna fix that. Okay, there. I think it's because when I put makeup on, it like activates my sinuses, and then my nose starts running. And so I don't want to put makeup there, in case I just know that I'm going to probably have to wipe my nose eventually. That might be what's going on in my head. So let's talk blush. The Benefit Cheek Leaders, sorry. This is so cute. And I picked it up at Christmas because it was a screaming deal on the Ulta website. But you've got your Hula, you've got your Dallas, you've got your California, and then your Dandelion. Like, it's a really great little set, and I think it was some kind of special purchase for around $30. So for having full size of these guys for $30, pretty amazing. But the blush is kind of like okay in my book. I mean, all Benefit products, the cheek and, you know, those are fabulous, but I don't reach for this very often, to be honest with you. But today I'm gonna do some Dandelion and California. We're just gonna kinda, also I think not everybody likes the way this is scented. It's very cute, it really is. And Hula bronzer is phenomenal. This Cokie little blush palette is so pretty. It's called Blushing, Blush Up Blush Palette. And I love how it's a bit peachy, it's a bit mauve-y, it's a bit pink, like kind of covers all the bases. So I'm gonna go with this shade right here. A little bit of this one. I'm not dipping in the middle ones so much. Eyeshadow. I have this Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Easy Eye palette for the Darling look. She has a couple of these, like there's 6 shades. They're beautiful. And it has like, this is the daytime, this is the date, you know. Kiko Milano. This is the green palette, and it means green because it's an eco-friendly theme. And I am telling you, you can create an identical eye look with these two palettes. So I'm going to dig in this shade right here for the Kiko. I'm not wearing primer. I'm just wearing whatever residue of concealer and powder. Okay. And now I'm going in this shade right here on this eye. So far, twinsies. So then I'm going to take this shade right here. And I'm gonna just pop that on, focusing on the outer corner, going a little lower. Yep. This shade right here. That's a lot of, everything's so peachy. Now, I will admit that having this kind of shimmery shade is pretty nice. And there really isn't one in this palette. I think what I'm going to do is take a short edge brush and I'm gonna go in this guy. Actually, no, sorry. I'm going in this guy right here. And this is such a good matte. Oh, it's just so pretty. So I'm gonna go in this dark shade here, do the same thing on this eye. Right. I am gonna take this Revolution Pro, this contour palette, and I say, look at this, it is a dupe. Yeah, right? The only difference is this contour is a little bit warmer than this in terms of, and there's the Charlotte. I mean, actually, like, look at that. I don't know, you know, you can decide how much contour, like, if contour that's a little bit harder and builds slower is more your jam, then, you know, that's the Charlotte Tilbury. But for the Makeup Revolution, it's really nice, but it has this highlight side. And so I think what I'm gonna do is that is what I'm gonna put on just the center of my lid to just kind of give that little bit of shimmer. Charlotte on this side. Okay, I actually like the Makeup Revolution side better in terms of using it as a... Okay, so brows, Merit Beauty. I love this. Now, I know we just met Merit Beauty. I'm gonna dupe ya already. So I'm running this through my brows. It's their 90s Brow Fluff. And I actually might pencil them later. And then Wet n Wild has Brow Sessive, which is the brow gel that I am very fond of. They sent me this. It's brow shaping gel. And I feel like for $2.99 or $3.99, it is very nice. I really think that it gives a lot of hold to my brows. And I like the Merit the way it does that too. I mean, I've got quite a few lip products here that I'm pretty excited about. I'm not sure if I know everyone, we all love this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip cheat, which I actually don't. But it's very nice, and I know that people love it. One of my all-time, and you can see it's just kind of down to a nub. This is the Makeup Forever pencil. It's 3C, and I find it to be such a good, actually, before I do that, okay. So let's look at Makeup Forever. It's just like, you know, your nudie mauve beige. And then your Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so we have Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and we have 3C Makeup Forever. Now, I just found the Jason Wu ones, and I gotta say, these are pretty dang good. So this is shade 01. And it's actually kind of more, it's a little bit like the Makeup Forever. It's a little lighter. It's the Charlotte Tilbury is still a little more pink. And then this is 04. But I think that this is also a really good, like it feels the same. It almost looks the same as the Makeup Forever. Like it's just such a good shade. And this glides on so softly. It's velvet. Do I prefer an automatic lip liner? Yes. I've got a couple products here that are really exciting. I have this KK Beauty. This is still available, right? It's probably on her website. I mean, have we canceled her? Yeah. It is a fabulous nude. It really, really is. It's like so much pigment, creamy, not too, like it's got a good tone to it. And then this Wet n Wild. Yep. I love this shade. Oh God. It's Close Off. That's right. Get it? Nude, Close Off. Here we go. Right? $2.99. $2.99, and you don't have to worry about controversy. Actually, you probably do. Everybody has controversy. I want to say, I think the KKW Beauty is a little, not matte, but maybe just a bit. Yeah, it's a little waxier. The Wet n Wild is a little more balmy. I have a gloss dupe for a bonus for you. The Pat McGrath, this is the shade, this is the Lush Gloss in Flesh Fantasy. I've got my readers right here. Let me see if I can see it. Flesh Fantasy Lust Gloss. Okay, this Flesh Fantasy, jeez people, Sex Sells to the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in, this is shade 007. I'm actually not lying, it is 007. Damn right. Amber is the shade name. Bam! Okay, which is which? I gotta keep track. Okay, Pat McGrath, Maybelline. I don't know what it shows up on your like on your screen, but on my screen, it's like, on my screen, on my eyes, my eyeballs. I am gonna do a little bit of finishing powder. We've got the ZORA Blur Perfection, just called blurring powder, Rebecca. That's all it's called. I'm gonna put that on this side. Just, I like a finishing powder. Got a few backups of this, you know. And then, because it's identical to the By Terry. Oh yes, down to the talc. Now the loose By Terry does not have talc in it. So for a Hydra Set powder, I think the loose formula is exquisite. I just, you know, there could be some slight variations in, you know, because this is beautiful, but for what you're paying, you don't have to, you just don't have to pay the $50 some when the ZORA is identical components. I do have two setting sprays. I have the Cover FX Dewy Finish, which I really, really like, and it's alcohol-free and fragrance-free. It's just higher priced. But the Catrice Prime Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray, if it still comes like this, I'll have to check their website or the Ulta website. This is a really great setting spray, but it does have fragrance. I mean, and it's only like $5. It's also got a phenomenal sprayer. Whew. Smells like roses. We'll get this one, but I do like it. I think both do a good job of keeping your makeup on. I mean, which is which? So I will be honest and say that the Honest Beauty and the Pacifica primer kind of didn't play well together. I like both those products. I've used both of them. I just hadn't used them together. And I hadn't used these together either, and they turn out great. So I do feel like, uh-oh, I kind of missed the point. So I think that they're comparable. Like, I think the two products are comparable, but apparently this combination didn't do as well. But in terms of everything else, from the eyeshadows to the bronzers and the lipsticks, it is so, I'm always reaching for drugstore. I just am. It's like it's in my blood. So, but anyway, all right. I hope that was fun. I will list everything below, and thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. That would be great. And give this video a thumbs up, and thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye.